So this is Samsung A33 5G and it comes with Exynos 1280 48 megapixel OIS camera, IP67 water resistance and 90Hz Super AMOLED display and costs only 25,499. Sounds really good for a Samsung phone, right? Well, you would be like, Prateek, what's the catch? Well, we'll tell you. This is Prateek, you're already watching TechWiser, and before we get to the device, let's have a quick unboxing. By the way, this video is made in collaboration with Samsung. You get the phone, paperwork, USB Type-C to Type-C cable, and that's it. Oh, I forgot one more thing. SIM ejector tool. Now, the build is more of like we have seen in Samsung A series phones, that pastel color back, matte finish. Now, the back panel is polycarbonate. This is the awesome peach color. But I've noticed one thing. So, if you have to pay and pick one of these colors, which one would you choose? Awesome blue, black, peach or white?
Four colors are awesome.
I think I will go with awesome blue.
I like the peach one, but for a safe side, I'll go with awesome white.
So the point here is, I might be wrong, but I've seen people mostly buy either black or white. The frame looks like it's metal. Here, have a closer look, but it's actually plastic. Overall, the frame makes me feel it's a premium build. And one more thing, it's IP67 water resistance. And it might be the only phone in 2022 to have IP67 in this price range. Well, do you guys remember a phone company used to give water resistance in budget phones? Comment the name if you know it. And the phone is like good one-handed. However, it actually weighs 186 grams. And no headphone jack, flagship experience. And you get hybrid SIM card slot, meaning 2 SIM card or 1 SIM plus 1 micro SD card. Now you get a 6.4-inch 90Hz Super AMOLED display. Now you get a dot notch display, which Samsung calls U Infinity display. But on a serious note, there's a bit of chin at the bottom and bezel at the top. But personal opinion, after some time, stop caring about it. But yes, a punch hole would have been more modern. And the display has really good colors. I mean, the contrast, and you can see the viewing angles are also good. You get Corning Gorilla Glass 5 protection. Now the display has 800 nits max brightness. Now this might not sound like a big number, but in outdoor under bright sunlight, I had no problems viewing at the display. But an interesting thing is you get stereo speakers. It has like really good clarity. The bass is okay-ish. I didn't find the back frame to be vibrating. But the interesting thing is the M53, A53 didn't have stereo speakers and A33 has it. So I guess, yeah, good. And of course, you get Wide 1 L1. You can watch 1080p videos on Netflix and Prime Video. Now, you don't get HDR on YouTube because Exynos 1280 doesn't support HDR or 4K video playback. Also, you get an in-display fingerprint scanner, which is fast enough, like a normal in-display fingerprint scanner. Now, before we get to the camera, OIS and everything, you get 5nm Exynos 1280, 6GB LPDDR4X RAM and 128GB UFS 2.2 storage. That's for the base variant. Now, Exynos 1280 is a very interesting processor. See, it doesn't have that raw performance like Snapdragon 778G, but in simple words, you can consider it to be somewhere like Dimensity 900 or 920. And even if you see AnTuTu scores, it scores closer to the Samsung M53. Rest in CPU throttling, it scores 80%, which is good. But how about real world performance? Well, today friends, we'll play Apex Legends. As you can see, the frame rate is quite steady at around 40. It drops back to 34, 38. But overall, this game would be fun to play. I can feel it. Let me know, have you guys tried Apex Legends? For BGMI, you get smooth graphics and high frame rates. So if you're looking for gaming, there are better options in the market. Now, camera is very interesting. You get a 48 megapixel main sensor with OIS, which is not normal in this price range. Now, we took a couple of pictures with Manu, and here, have a look at this photo. I really like the skin tone and contrast and overall HDR processing. Like here, have a look at this image. Now, on the viewfinder, you can see everything is blown out in the background, and once you take the photo after processing, see, you can see all the background sky and buildings. So that is like a very good HDR. Now in this Manu picture, we can see that the lamp kind of interferes with his head. It looks like a lamp is growing out of his head. So here we go to Edit, Object Eraser, and now we can just draw beside this object eraser and kind of erase. See, it does a real good job. Now the entire photo looks better. This feature is really good and it is quite on par with Pixel's Magic Eraser. I think they should market it more and name it better. Now you also get an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. The overall color and picture was very close to the main sensor, but if you zoom in, the photos are a bit soft. Now there's another gallery feature called Image Remaster, which actually restores your old photo, and we'll try this on the wide angle photo, and as you can see, it enhances the sharpness a little bit and overall boosts the color and contrast. But in my personal usage, I found out it to be so and so, like works 5 out of 10 times. And you also get a 5 megapixel macro and 2 megapixel depth camera. Looks good. Now you can record 4K 30 FPS video on the main sensor, and OIS, as you can see, is working in 4K 30 FPS. And you can shoot 4K 30 FPS video on the front camera, which is quite rare these days. But the selfies also turn out really good. Like the color was on par with how you get in the main sensor. But it's a 13 megapixel sensor, so I found the images could have been a bit sharper. Now you get One UI 4.1, which is based on Android 12. Now Samsung is promising 4 years of Android updates and 5 years of security update. So you will get Android 13, 14, 15, 16, 4, which is quite a lot for 25,000 INR. And we have a separate video on Samsung ecosystem, but here's one of my favorite feature in One UI. You get stacked widgets. So you can just download the Smart Widgets APK from the internet. So basically you can stack clock widget over the notes widget and then just swipe, move. Nice. Now you do get a bit of bloatware which can be uninstalled. Also there's Samsung Pay Mini on A33 5G because you don't get NFC, so you can only do UPI, no card details. Also you get an AMOLED display, but I couldn't find the option for always on display. I just couldn't find it. The rest, you get a 5000 mAh battery, you get 25 watt fast charging where you will have to buy the adapter separately. Now you get all the important sensors, there's no NFC. Also you get 12 5G bands. You also get 4G plus carrier aggregation. I checked it with my Geos. Now the thing is, if you look at A33 as an upgrade to A32 from last year, it's a huge upgrade. Like A32 5G was something. But you don't buy phones based on upgrades. You buy as per the current market situation. So if you want a balanced phone with a good camera, updates and all of that, first impression, Samsung A33 5G for the current 2022 smartphone pricing looks like a better value for money priced phone. Now the price of 25,499 I think is valid for a few weeks. They are calling it price drop. We'll update the description and the comments with price details. Now there are some quirks with Exynos 1280. We'll try to cover all of that and other phones in our best smartphone under 25K video. And this is Pradeep signing off. See you pretty soon.